Hi everyone, this is Julia, and I am making this video to give you a quick tour of OLP 3331. Some of you are also registered for Psych 4467. This class is Theories of Leadership, and I will be your instructor this semester. So welcome to class. I like to do a video at the beginning of each week, just kind of talking about what we'll be doing for the week and what we covered in the last week. My first video, I like to give you a tour of the class. I do this because if we were in an in-person class, we would be meeting face-to-face. Since we're online, we don't get to do that. So this is my way of trying to bridge that gap a little bit. So the first place you're going to go when you come to class is the home page right here. And I've broken down our different sections of the class into these little sections here. So first we have announcements. If I have an important announcement to make, I will post it in this forum, and the announcement will also be emailed to you. The next section is just a little bit about me, Meet Julia section, so you can read that to get to know me a little bit better. The syllabus, if you click on the syllabus, it'll download here. And then assignment sheets for the semester. So you can click on each of these. We're going to have two major assignments this semester. Your leadership interview assignment is about halfway through the semester. You're going to be preparing a leadership interview. So you're going to interview a leader in your life that you look up to, and then you're going to write a paper about it. And all the details are here in this assignment sheet. And then this assignment sheet here is your preparation form. So that will help you kind of get ready for your interview. It'll help you figure out what questions you want to ask. And then that right there is about, I think it's 30 points for this project. And then your final leadership paper is going to be talking about your personal leadership philosophy, leadership theories we covered in the class over the semester, and how maybe those have changed over the semester. So if you have any questions about any of those assignments, you can look at the sheets, and those are all going to be here all semester. So next we have discussion posts. So if you've done any online classes before, you've probably done discussion posts. The way that we do them in this class is that you will be primarily working in a small group all semester. And that gives you a chance to have deeper, better discussions rather than doing it with the entire class, which can be anywhere from 25 to 35 students. So this way we work together in small groups. We will be doing that starting, I'll put you into groups next week. So this week we're just getting to know everyone, but we will be working in those smaller groups to create discussion forums and posts. And what you will do is your first post will generally be due Wednesday at midnight, and that's your initial discussion post where you're responding to the prompts. And then you'll have until Sunday at midnight to respond to 2 of your group members' posts. And if a due date is different, I'll let you know in the framework, but generally those are the due dates. And then this is just kind of outlining my expectations of your online discussions. So I want lots of detail. These should be thoughtful, grounded in the course content, obviously, and then connect with the comments of others. So we're really using these discussion forums to replace the discussion that we would be having in a face-to-face class. So keep that in mind when you're writing. We don't want to have just very surface level posts and responses where we're saying like, oh, I agree with you, like that. It needs to be more in depth than that. And then, of course, everything should be grammatically correct. And then we have this section here, community forums. So there's an Ask Julia section right here, and then a group chat section. So Ask Julia section, that is somewhere that if you have a question that you think other students would benefit from being able to read and see the answer, you are welcome to post it in the Ask Julia section. I think we already have a question in here about the book, which I have an announcement about that I will let you guys know in just a second. But I will be checking this every day when I check our class. If you have a time-sensitive, urgent question, please email me. either instead of posting or in addition to posting, because if I check the class and then you post and I miss it, then I won't see it until the next day. So if you have something urgent, email me instead. I do check my email constantly. So this question here is about the book, which I wanted to talk to you guys about. There was an error with the bookstore and they did not assign our book to our class. So the book is in the syllabus. You can get it off of Amazon. You can get it off of Chegg, the textbook rental and purchasing site. They're both cheaper than getting it from the bookstore, I believe. And I will, since there was an error, I think the first week that we will be using the book is either next week or the following week. So just let me know if you don't have your book in time and I will work with you to make sure that you get the information you need. And then the group chat, this is where, this is for more like for you guys. So if you have something interesting and leadership related that you think the class would like to read, or you have a question, you can post it in here and the class will see it. Okay, so that's just some general introductory stuff. Now we're going to look at week 1. So week 1, I will post the weeks with the dates over here, and then they'll be in the middle of Moodle as well. And you're going to click on Start Here. That'll be your first one. And this is just where I break down how I organize the class and what you can expect each week. So every week, I will have a framework page. And the framework page basically is the outline for the week. It'll have 3 parts to it. So there will be learning activities for you to complete, and that would include videos, readings, and other resources that I would like you to review before the discussion post is due. And then you'll have weekly assignments, which are the activities for the week. And those would be, we have some surveys, we have some assignment questions, and then we also will have the discussion forum / reflection journal. So the discussion forum we talked about earlier, and that will include your initial post and then your responses. And then the reflection journal is a little bit different. So I will ask you to reflect on the week every week at the end of the week. And what I would like you to do is at the end of the framework, you will see some prompts with questions that will guide your reflection. And what students have done in the past that worked pretty well was they made a Word document and just kept it going throughout the semester, where they would put the reflection week that was that they were doing in the Word document, write out the reflection, and then just continue adding to it until they're due. And they'll be due, I think, 4 times throughout the semester. So you don't have to turn them in all at once. And you don't turn them in every week. They'll be due over the course of the semester. And I will let you know when they're due ahead of time. And it's also in the syllabus. It'll break down which weeks they're due in. And then the information in this course is all organized by week. And the concepts and the assignments all build on the previous week's knowledge. So we won't be able to work ahead in this class per se, but when I can open weeks ahead of time or provide assignments in advance, I will do that. And I generally shoot to have 2 weeks open at a time. So I will open week 2 at some point this week, and then I will open week 3 a week in advance. And that way, I know a lot of you probably work and have other things going on during the weekdays. So that way you can use the weekend to try and get ahead for the week. So then I'll also be doing last week, this week videos, which I mentioned a little bit earlier. And those are just my virtual way of providing face-to-face content when we are not a face-to-face class. For weekly assignments, so you'll have your 2 major assignments that I talked about in the assignment sheet folder. And then you will also have weekly assignments. And those are not every week, but most weeks. They are just a way to further clarify and explore and apply the week's learning. And some of those will be activities that you complete during the week. Some of them might be short papers or assignments. And then your reflection journal will kind of allow you to keep track of your thoughts throughout the semester. And the reflection journal will be a really important resource for your final paper. So you'll definitely want to put effort into that. And then weekly discussions, we talked about that. You can read in more detail here, but basically you'll be divided into small learning teams, and you'll use those learning teams to really deepen your understanding of the concepts through discussions and discussion forums. And you'll have a minimum amount of responses to each week, but I really encourage you to, keep the conversation going beyond that, because again, like I said, in online classes, it can be difficult to recreate the sort of repertoire that you get in a face-to-face class. And so one really great way that we can do that is by all really making a concerted effort to just deepen our conversation in the discussion posts and really, take advantage of that opportunity to have great conversations with each other and learn from each other and clarify concepts, but not doing it face to face and having the benefit of doing it in our own time, because that's something that asynchronous classes are so great for. Okay, so each week in Moodle, you might see a link to upload files for the assignment that's coming up due. You'll see a link to forums that will be available each week. Let's see here. If you're new to Moodle or you need a refresher, you can click on the Moodle ISU guide on the Moodle home site, and that'll walk you through it. If you need to contact me, the best way to contact me, hands down, is through email. I check my email as often as I can. And you can also post an Ask Julia forum, or we can arrange a time to talk on the phone, or we can do a Zoom video chat. And I'm happy to talk to you about any of the concepts from the class, challenges, assignments, whatever you need. I really make my best effort to respond within 24 hours. And I check my email on the weekends unless I'm unavailable, but that rarely happens. So, but if I am unavailable, I will get back to you first thing Monday. And then the best way to be successful in this class is to participate, is the number one way to be successful. It's expected, it's required, but also when you engage with your classmates in an online class through the discussion forums, you learn more. Many of the students in our class have, lots of leadership experiences and we'll have interesting perspectives and experiences to share with each other. And so we really want to participate and engage as much as possible. And the majority of your points in this class come from participation. So really, you have to stay up with your discussion posts and forums and responses in order to be successful in this class. And then my second way to be successful in this class is to establish a routine and stay on track. It's really easy to let your online classwork slide for a couple of days, especially when you're in an asynchronous class and you have due dates, but there's no one, you're not in class in person. So it's really important that you stay on track. So I've broken down kind of a little schedule that has worked for students in past semesters that they've told me worked for them. And you can read through this and see if this might work for you, but it's just a way to try and stay on track so that you don't get behind, because once you start getting behind, it compounds and it's so easy to completely lose momentum in the class, which I hate seeing that happen. So please participate and please get a great routine right from the get-go that you can stick with. I've taken lots of online classes myself, and I can tell you the hardest thing for me has been a routine. I have a family, I have a job, so I know how difficult it can be, but it was really the difference between succeeding and failing in a class is having that great routine that you can just fall back on, that it's ingrained, so you're not having to constantly check due dates and check this and, that panic where you're like, oh, I've missed something. If you have a good routine, you know what you're doing every day, you're going to feel a lot more organized. The class is going to go a lot more smoothly. Okay, so next we're going to go to the framework. So the framework here this is what we're going to be doing this week. So learning activities, you're watching this video, which I am posting right after I finish recording it. I have some reading for you to do. You're going to read the Meet Julia page. You're going to read the syllabus. And then you can check out the Ask Julia and group chat sections. And then optional work ahead, you can read chapter 1 from your textbook if you have your book. If you don't have your book, get your book, and I will be reading the book next week. So if you don't have your book next week, please reach out to me and let me know as soon as possible so I can help you access the reading. And then I have a quick pre-class survey that I would love for you to fill out for me. It's this link right here. It'll take like 5 to 10 minutes. And I do this survey every semester because I love to gauge everyone's experience with leadership theory at the beginning of the semester. And that way I can kind of like customize the class a little bit. And I also like to see what expectations and concerns students have for the class. Every group of students that I work with and teach is different. So if you fill out this survey for me, I can kind of understand your expectations better, and I can tweak the class as much as possible to minimize any concerns and make sure that I'm meeting your expectations. It's not graded and it's 100% anonymous. So I would really appreciate you filling it out. And I will go over the results of that survey next week. And then another thing I really enjoy doing every semester is I love having students contribute to the expectations for our class for the semester. So if you could by Thursday, go to this Google document here and fill in your expectations of yourself, your expectations of me, and your expectations of each other. And I will be adding those to our course syllabus and re-uploading a new syllabus. And I really like to do that because I feel like it just make sure everyone's on the same page, and it just really clarifies everyone's expectations of each other, themselves, and their peers. So we'll go back here. Okay, so we've got the course information quiz that's due Sunday by midnight. And then we have introduction forum here. So please do your introduction forum. And then we have one discussion forum this week. And so you can fill that out as well. And I think that is it for the week. Yeah, it is. So again, welcome to class. I'm so excited to have you guys. This is one of my favorite classes to teach. I love leadership theory and models. So I'm really looking forward to a great semester. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and I will see you all online this week. Thanks. Have a great one.